Hello, boys, gals, non-binary pals. Welcome back. Judgies place on the internet. My name is Josh. I'm the funny one.
My name is Rick. I'm the funny one.
My name's Christian, and I'm the funny one.
And we are the
Funnies.
Back. And Christian,
I'm not the improv one. I'm the funny one.
you got a lot to improv.
Right. For sure.
Where's the bracelet?
I got long sleeves on.
Let's roll them up.
Oh, I don't got it today.
Your wrist looks a little bare.
Yeah.
Your fingers look a little bare, too.
You look a little embarrassed.
No wedding ring.
Oh, shit.
It's our anniversary.
Tomorrow.
Well,
He's saving the ring for something special.
Yeah, I'm saving it for something special.
Nothing up this sleeve, nothing up this sleeve.
You don't got it either. You're a piece of shit.
Anklet.
Whoa.
Fucker.
is that what you were doing over there?
Yeah, it
That's
was.
very funny.
Yeah.
That
That's
sucks.
very funny. Your little butt crack was hanging out, and Christian and I were laughing at you behind your back.
No, really? It's
Yeah.
not a little butt crack.
Oh, no, it's just a little bit.
A little bit of a big one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Sure.
it was you got a thick butt crack, brother. What? Your butt crack can't be. Your ass is thick.
We weren't going to mention the brown stains.
They're not stains. They're fresh. I'm aware of them.
I was saving that for later.
I just feel like I wear an undershirt and a belt, and somehow the little crack comes sticking out.
Hey, Josh.
It's a Kleckner curse.
That's the thing. I looked at your butt crack and I was like, mine would have been so much worse.
Yeah, it would have been.
I feel like more is better than less.
Really?
When it comes
Yours
to
was
butt
like-
crack,
We're just exposed butt crack.
Yours was cutesy.
Demore.
Yeah, it's pretty demure.
Aurora doesn't have a butt crack, famously.
Whoa,
she just
real
got
Hank
two
Hill.
fused cheeks.
She has the lowest butt crack in known human existence.
So
we
she
have a-
can rock a pair of low-rise jeans.
We have a running bit where if we're like getting ready for bed and like she'll like have her pants unbuttoned or whatever, and I'll like pull down her pants a little bit and just be like, wait, it's like you can just keep going, and it's just like it's like 4 inches lower than you keep
It
expecting.
feels like an optical
You're
illusion
like,
almost.
okay, now this bit it'll show me a little bit of crack, and nope, not there.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Mine, you like look down the back of my neck and you're like, is that butt crack hanging out? What the hell?
you got toilet paper in the back of your neck, bud.
Oh my God. Okay. I told myself I needed to remember this for the show so I could tell you. And then I almost forgot, but I'm so glad that you said something about
paper?
toilet paper. So I was at a volleyball tournament last weekend. Okay. It was a whole shit show. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm walking through the crowd. This place was packed. Okay. This is the largest sports complex in the country in Wisconsin.
It's in Wisconsin. What a
Yeah,
wow.
it's fucking huge. There was like 10 courts on each side of the room. So there's 20 courts, a million teams. And there was nowhere for anybody to sit. It was fucking packed. So I'm behind this guy, middle-aged looking dude, whatever. He's walking in front of me. There's people sitting down on the ground, like no chairs, no bleachers. And this mom had, I don't know, like a 5-year-old sitting in her lap. And she goes, "Oh, sir, you dropped this." And he leans down and there's a pair of underwear coming out the bottom of his pants.
What?
Yeah.
Sexy underwear or
Nope.
Like,
men's
was it-
underwear?
Nope. It was definitely his underwear.
Okay, well that's good.
I'm assuming that it was like it got caught in his pant leg in the laundry.
Yeah.
And he just didn't feel it.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But how fucking embarrassing for that man.
Yeah, I mean, that's especially be like in your, like, how old do you think he was? 40s, 50s?
I would say late 40s, early 50s.
That's soul crushing at that age.
And you're around a bunch of kids
Oh,
playing
yeah.
volleyball.
Bunch of kids. And then me and this, I was directly behind him. And then he's like, "Oh, hey, thanks." And he picks it up, puts it in his sweatshirt pocket, keeps walking. Like, he was a champ about it. And the mom and I lock eyes, and I'm just like, "Oh." And she just kind of chuckled and looked away. And I was like, that was very funny. That was very funny
You
to
did
me.
a tee-hee?
I literally just covered my mouth and locked eyes with her.
I think less of a. I think maybe next time we hit him with a, "Hey, you got something stuck under there."
I didn't
And
notice
then,
it.
and then he'll go underwear, and you're like, right, that's
You know what?
what it is. That I mean, that's comedy. That's,
It was hilarious to me.
That
Universe
life
shining
is.
And
life
I
everything's
wasn't
fart.
around anybody else that I knew. And I was like, because Christian was there, not at the same building, but he was in the same town because he came with me. And yeah, I was like that he would have loved this.
And this is why I think the Judgies should have body cams to capture all of our hilarious moments
No.
in real time.
I think we should.
No.
I think all judges should have body cams. And
Judges?
including us.
No.
Including us.
Yeah. It'll just keep us honest.
Yeah. So
And
anyway,
yeah.
we had this tournament in Wisconsin, and I got to bring the whole little family with me. And I thought it was going to be a cute little teehee, little weekend getaway for them while I'm coaching, and it was not. It was a very stressful weekend.
Bad time all around.
It was a bad time for everyone, really.
Blizzard on the way up. Go there, told they have a water park. We get there, they go, members only. And I went, huh. You don't have a day pass? Looked up on your Facebook, you guys are doing a sale on day passes today. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, well, we actually shut the water off anyways at 4, and I'm there at 5. And I'm like, you pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Website says 8.
It's not a night pass.
You got my ass.
Sun goes down at 4 in Wisconsin. Everybody knows that.
It did.
Then last game, we had to ref before we played our last game, and it was a very intense game. I'm doing the scorebook. My girls are doing like line judges to say if it's in or out, if you know volleyball. And very intense game. It's a split set, so whoever wins this point wins the whole match. The team hits it. The opposing team calls it out. My line judge calls it in. And the entire place freaked out.
All 1 million teams.
Yes.
1
This,
billion.
we'll call them the pink team and the green team. The pink team flipped out. They're all screaming at my line judge. Their coach is screaming at my line judge and screaming at the ref. And then the parents in the crowd are screaming at my line judge. Mind you, she's a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She's sobbing.
She's got underwear coming out of her pants.
Yeah.
She's having the worst day of her life.
Yeah.
She was so upset, which I mean, rightfully so. It was an intense game, whatever. But I know she was paying attention.
Yeah.
And she was literally right there. So.
And where would the other line judge be that called it in at?
No other line judge called it in.
There's a line judge at each end.
So she called it
each
in
corner on opposites.
for green to score a point on pink.
Correct.
And the other line judge called it out.
No.
Okay.
The team themselves were like, hey, that's out. We're not going
I thought
for
you said
it.
There's a second line judge.
There is 2 line judges, one on each
But it
side,
wasn't
both
the
in my
second-
team.
But it wasn't the second line judge.
But it wasn't the second line judge. So they come off the court. We go to get on the court because now we have to play. We've been there all day. It's now 7:30 at night. We're like, let's go. Had just finished calming her down. She goes on the court to start warming up. These parents are continuing to scream at her. They're
That's a
like
cool move by
they're like
parents.
calling her number, like her jersey number, saying like, you need to get your eyesight checked. Like, come
Like-
over here. Let's talk to you. Like all this shit. And I'm trying to prepare for the next game. I'm, running around, whatever. And all of a sudden she comes back up to me bawling. And I'm like, what's happening right now? She's like, they're still yelling at me. I'm like, who's yelling at you? And she was the parents. I'm like, are you kidding? So I have to console my player and then also scream at parents from across the gym, like fucking grow up.
Yeah.
You're yelling at a literal child about what? The Olympics? Is that where we're at?
You have underwear in your pant like idiot.
For real.
Was
So
it
then
that team? I hope it was.
I don't know. This girl's dad gets up in these parents' faces. Another one of my girls' dads like ushers them out of the gym, like follows them out of the gym. And it was just a whole fucking thing. And I was like, that's my first time experiencing that as a coach. And I was just like dumbfounded.
That's why I had to stop playing sports. I was that parent.
You were that parent when you were playing sports?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, as a teenager, I was getting up in parents' faces yelling and saying, you need to get your eyes checked.
Yeah. It was just wild to me that like
Grown ass people yelling at a child
literally a child.
over a tournament that has
And it was-
effectively no stakes.
It was bracket play. It wasn't even tournament play yet.
Yeah.
We were literally in we were in pool play, not bracket play.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like we were going for gold tier.
Wow.
And these 2 teams were vying for 3rd place in the pool.
Someone
well,
needs
and
to
the
get
pool, it was 7:30, right?
Yeah.
And the pool's pretty much over at that point because they turned the water off 3.5 hours ago.
I knew you were going to say that shit. But isn't that crazy? People are so fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know my brother coached youth football and I know he had to deal with. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have no shame?
Yeah.
How are you teaching? How are you not teaching your kid how to be a
stable
like
adult?
not a sore loser? Like even if you think you got the short end of the stick, like
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You have to handle it with grace, decorum.
And it's one thing, like, even as a coach, to be like, what? That was in. And then if the ref says, nope, that was out, like, or, vice versa, whatever. Okay, that's it. No amount of arguing past that point is going to change that for you.
If the ball's any on the line, it's out.
In. If it touches the line, it's in.
Oh, okay. So it can be majority off the line.
If it touches the line, it is in.
Okay. Could you imagine how bad fucking umps get it?
Oh,
yeah.
How much more subjective
Yeah.
It's
baseball
insane.
is or softball?
And a lot, especially in like rural communities and small communities, those umps are volunteers.
Yeah.
And they're like high schoolers
Yep.
volunteering for this.
Yep.
It's nuts. And even just volleyball as a whole in the state of Illinois is like desperate for refs because nobody fucking wants to do it.
I think that's a nationwide like thing right now.
Oh, I believe it.
As people are because most refs in sports are underpaid, if paid at all, and then also people just fucking yell at you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody likes refs.
Yeah.
Understandably.
A lot of schools are struggling for money, so some of these refs like are going there under the premise that they're going to be paid by that school, and then they don't get paid.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trump.
And
Well, it's been happening for a while, but yes.
I've heard. We'll just pin this one on him as well.
Hey,
I think that's
I'm down to
fair.
pin anything on him.
Yeah, I heard because especially a lot of the umps or refs are older too, and they're getting towards retirement age.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of them are retired, and that is
Yeah,
their
right.
like post-retirement
I
thing.
meant retiring from being a ref.
Yeah.
I blame rec centers. We got all this pickup basketball, so nobody wants to fucking ref anymore because they're playing down at the local YMCA.
You're supposed to call your own fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't just talk about sports on this podcast. We also podcast on this podcast, and what that entails. And what that entails is us going online and finding silly, sometimes serious, little stories, and sometimes, Erica, I had a great word I was going to use for you to describe you.
Oh,
Gorgeous, beautiful,
God,
smart.
what was it? It was
magnanimous.
no, it wasn't magnanimous. What? I don't even know what fucking show we were watching, and I heard it, and I said, "Is that a word?" And it is. It had to have been Love Is Blind that I heard it on. We also recently watched Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Thoughts?
Actually, was not bad.
I saw that in theaters as a child.
You look like the guy.
Joey Fatone?
No, the main character guy.
Oh.
The non-Greek.
He's not the main character. I guess I don't remember much about this movie. I just remember I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
That's
Joey Fatone is the main character's cousin,
okay.
who's in it for like 4 scenes.
What do we got in this episode, Erica? You got a little.
What do we got here?
Give me that little summary you got.
Oh, where'd that go?
Give the listeners a nice little dip their toes in it.
A little dip in your toes.
Dip the piggies in.
So, we have some slut shaming going on in a relationship
Oh,
Hate to see it.
because that's really healthy for relationships. Then we've got somebody who ghosted 2 of their friends.
for being a slut, I imagine.
I mean, I'm not saying these 2 stories are connected yet.
Not saying
They're not. Then we have a boyfriend having an identity crisis. And I don't think you're prepared for where that's going to go.
Okay.
I don't think you have the right idea of what kind of identity crisis it is.
He thinks he's Batman.
No.
Fair. I guess I don't really. I feel like I've heard of the word identity crisis. I guess I don't know what it really entails. I can't wait to get to it.
Okay. And then I have a listener submission for a new champion for the pod,
Oh my lord.
which, if you're not a Patreon member,
Wow.
shame on you. Join our Patreon. But also, we've got a little competition of who's going to be the Judgies' new champion.
Have we ever read Champions on the main?
I might have read some of Haley's on
Like
the main,
early on,
Early
maybe?
on.
I don't know. Mine's only been on the Patreon,
Same with
where we only
Chrissy's.
do listener submitted stories.
Correct.
So we could have a main feed champion, an exclusively main feed champ.
I don't know, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on what our champions situation is like for the Patreon. And then I also have a paternity scandal from another listener for the end.
Wow. And I have one thing before we do get into the stories.
You're going to cut all that?
What?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to guess where you were going. What?
2 days ago, Christian Roger Kleckner had a birthday, and yeah, a second gift is at the podcast.
Oh, crap.
I did show him this already, but this
Pika.
is the back of the shirt. It's the judgment chain from Hunter x Hunter from Kurapika wrapped around a heart.
Okay.
That's
Sick
the
as
back.
hell.
And then on the front, it just has the little dagger, like earring from Kurapika. And it's
Dude,
stressed
sick as
vintage. It's not actually vintage, but it's made to look vintage. From Levi Crew.
That's
So
crazy.
it's actually good quality, and it was on sale. Their anime collection's actually insane. And I did get a 2X.
Sick as hell.
Intentionally trying to get it oversized for like streetwear.
Yeah.
But the 2X looks like it might just fit you.
Hey, that's all right with me.
And I don't think the 2X would have fit me. So
That
if
sucks to
you
hear.
need a size guide, maybe go a little bit big if you want it to be oversized.
I'm excited for you. That
I was like,
shirt
I can't
looks
put it
sick
on.
as
I
hell.
don't. I don't have an undershirt on.
That shirt is so perfectly sick for like
Oh yeah.
it's obviously Hunter x Hunter. If
Like,
you know
for
Hunter
those-
x Hunter,
For those who know the show, you're gonna get it.
but
and
if you don't know it,
It's still sick.
it's just badass.
yeah.
What a
I
great
love
find.
like merch that isn't specifically like, oh, it's this specific,
Yeah.
like Stars Hollow, right there.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's from?
Stars
No.
Hollow.
Gilmore Girls. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
That's kind of my idea with the last Judgies merch. I didn't want it to be like
The resident hater stuff.
as in your face.
yeah.
Yeah. Judgies at myspreadshop.com.
It's probably in the fucking
It's in the
link.
description. Hit him with the stories, Ricky.
Okay.
Hit him with the stories. Go ahead, girl.
Go heavy. Go.
Hit him with the title.
Title is My 23 Female Boyfriend 23 Male has slut shamed me into not wanting sex.
Get a
Huh.
clean one
Let
for the
me
TikTok.
give you a clean one. My 23 female boyfriend 23 male has slut shamed me into not wanting sex. And this is from r/relationship_advice sent to me by Melissa. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
McCarthy.
I saw you.
No.
It's Saluki. Follow Saluk.
Don't call it a saluk. Nobody calls it that.
That's what multiple of them are called.
No.
A key.
Just okay. Maybe slut shame is a harsh way to put it. My boyfriend and I have been together for about a year. He is extremely traditional and basically wanted a virgin girlfriend.
Like,
What were you talking about traditional? Are you talking about like 5000 BC?
I've had multiple sexual partners before meeting him, and I don't even feel slightly comfortable telling him how many because of what his reaction may be. Along with not feeling fully accepted by him, I also have a hard time getting fully into our sex life. I've had great sexual chemistry with people in the past, and now through our relationship, I can't even get wet.
you gotta break up. We can end the story right now. Break up.
What else is he bringing to the table?
I just feel tense, like what I'm doing is wrong. This has made me feel like we can't be as close as we have the potential to be. Our relationship is the best that I've had, so I've been brushing this off because I feel crazy throwing away an amazing relationship over sex. Is there a way we can improve our chemistry, or is this a deal breaker?
Brother, I'm having to hide a lot of personal information about myself, but I love my boyfriend. I think we're perfect for each other. I just have to lie about everything about myself.
He's making me feel self-conscious, and I can't get comfortable around him. Like, why are you there? Why are you still there?
I don't think I've ever said this because I think it's a gross over simplification and overused in times. This guy might not be straight. I feel like if you're really onto the like you need to be a virgin and also I don't want any other guys and like slut shaming your girlfriend to a point to where like you're not gonna have sex anymore, that feels very repressed. Like what's the angle here? You know what I mean?
Well, I think she's kind of asking that too. She's having issues. She's asking, "What's up with the angles here?
Right.
Let's figure something out."
And I don't use that ever. It just that's the vibe I'm getting. The like really conservative, traditional, like
Yeah.
like, well, no, we only need to have sex once a year to potentially get you pregnant type beat.
And the fact that she doesn't feel comfortable telling him her actual number. So, not that it's necessarily a lie, but you're starting your relationship off not with the complete truth. And if you feel like you can't be completely true with your partner, then that's what else are you going to have to keep from him?
Yeah.
It's just not a great foundation for a relationship.
Yeah. The food pyramid for relationships, the very bottom biggest one, the bread of it all, is just trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be able to confide in your partner anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you can't tell them something like this, then you can't tell them anything.
It's one thing that if you don't want to tell them. It's another
Sure.
thing if you're afraid of
Their response to it.
Yeah. If you're fearful for what your partner might think or how they might act, that's a terrible sign.
Yeah.
That will always go wrong. Like the relationship will always go poorly.
Yep.
Agreed.
I just don't understand how that relationship can be good.
Yeah. Like,
Like that is such a not that sex is everything in a relationship, but just like the way that you describe how he makes you feels, I cannot believe that that's the only part of your relationship that he does that in.
it's only isolated to their sex life. No other aspects of their life is he making you uncomfortable and making you lie about yourself. It's only at sex time. Maybe
and they
he's a
were young,
great-
weren't they?
Like 20.
23.
What are you doing?
He's a great conversationalist.
He talks about how he was actually really, really, really well versed on World War II lore.
Yeah.
He's really good at keeping a conversation as a history buff about World War II.
I mean, if you get him talking about the Roman Empire, he just doesn't stop. It's fascinating.
That's crazy.
Okay, another one from Melissa. This is an oops all Melissa, I think.
Uh-oh.
Didn't do that on purpose, I swear.
That's why it's oops.
Oh my
You think
God.
You think Captain Crunch purposefully put all those berries in there?
At least not the first time.
Oops all berries, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
This
crazy.
is a gossip. This is a Go Piss Girl
Yeah,
moment from
you know,
last
this
week.
is-
You didn't know Oops All Berries is where we got the bit from?
No.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is a go piss girl moment.
Whoa. Hey, maybe I'm just writing anals over here,
Yeah.
and I'm aware of the anals, and y'all aren't.
Okay. Well, this one got deleted, but Melissa is a saint and sent me the screenshots. So
Bless up.
This is from r/AITAH.
Okay.
Ooh.
Boop.
Am I the asshole for canceling my friends? Nope, that's the wrong one.
Played your ass.
God
That's a
damn
good
it.
one too. You know what? I might just throw an audible and read both of these stories because that is a good one. Am I the asshole for canceling my friends from work after finding out they took pictures of my vibrator?
Ooh. What if they're like, I think I want to get this one for myself.
I don't think that's how it goes, babe.
This is a crossed line. This is the Audible story.
Yes, I'm throwing an audible. This one was not the one I was originally going to read first, but
Wow.
I'm going to read it.
I'm hooked.
Okay. Hey, Reddit.
You're the asshole.
Good morrow, my fellow Redditors.
Just made this account to post this very, very weird situation that just happened and it's making me unbelievably uneasy. I, 29 female, asked some good friends from work, late 20s, early 30s male, to go check on my foster kittens while I was away for the weekend.
I already was like, I didn't even contemplate. I guess it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I already was saying your coworkers are gonna be pieces of shit. So much weirder that it's a dude doing it.
Agreed.
And I'll say it. I assumed you had a woman take pictures of your vibrator.
Yeah, I also assumed that, but here we
And
are.
already I was not on board.
Yeah, let's just hope. I mean, it's bad. The only thing that can make it worse is if it's not just already laying out. If he's filing through
If
your
he's rifling,
if he's rifling, you better go buy one.
You better rifle.
They love cats, so they were happy to. They planned to spend the evening with them at my place and play some games, which all sounded like a great idea. The thing is, when I got home, I found my bedroom door open. I had always kept it closed to keep all the fragile stuff and toxic plants away from my kittens. I didn't think much of it, just pissed because the kittens had broken a bunch of stuff and made a mess. They also told me that they had gotten super drunk and had taken some fun pictures on my disposable cameras, which I also didn't really care about. It's just sounded like a fun night so far.
I mean, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You take somebody else's cameras.
Disposable cameras at that. That shit is expensive.
They got limited freaking film in there.
Yep.
Where do you even buy a disposable camera from anymore?
Oh, you can buy them all over.
What?
We brought some to Punta Cana.
I figured that's like contraband you had to smuggle in. Thought you keistered that bad boy.
Yeah, that's why there's only 7 pictures left on each roll. There's a really, really turbulent flight. A lot of pictures of the inside of my colon. I should send those to your colonoscopy doctor. Doctor.
Yeah, that's coming up. It isn't until a week later that a friend present that night confessed to me that one of the guys had gone to my bedroom, looked through my stuff, found my vibrator, and brought it to the guys to take pictures with on my disposable cameras.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Extremely loud, incorrect buzzer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, he confessed that they had invited over, again, my place, a girl I'm not really friends with who participated in the joke.
She should have known better. She's supposed to be
The voice of reason.
the voice of reason here.
I mean, boys will be boys.
Woman on woman crime going on.
I meant the opposite of that. It was sarcastic.
I feel super heartbroken because they were some of my closest friends, and that's probably the worst violation of privacy I've ever experienced. Also, who does that? It pains me, but I don't think I can stay cordial with the people that do things like that, even if they were shit-faced. That being said, we work together, and I'm very drama adverse. And I absolutely hate that the topic of all of this is my fucking vibrator. So I'm not sure what to do. If it can bring any context to their behavior, we all work in the wonderful finance bro and pick me land that is investment banking. But still, I consider those guys friends. One of the guys has a girlfriend, and several friends aware of the matter have said that I should let her know what happened. I personally would like to know if I was her because ew, but again, drama adverse. Me thinks that it's too much. So am I overreacting?
No.
Would I be the asshole if I let this girlfriend know? I just have no idea how to let the whole thing go. So weird. Thanks for reading.
I don't know if there is a way to let the whole thing go.
Yeah, no, you can't be friends with them anymore.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I don't. The shitty part is there's no way to like actually have repercussions for what happened other than you chewing them out.
Yeah. So that was the one that was deleted that Melissa sent me screenshots of, and now I have the actual story.
With telling the girlfriend, I think obviously it's up to you. You're the one who were violated.
Yeah.
I think I would only feel compelled to tell the girlfriend if that was the guy who did it.
Okay, yeah.
If he was in the room and then the guy went into your bedroom and the other guy went into a bedroom and got your vibrator and then the guy with the girlfriend was in the main room, I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, a real stand-up person would have said what the fuck, but like I don't know if that's enough to like because you're drama adverse.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with telling the girlfriend. You can. You could. But I'm just saying if you're drama adverse, unless it was the guy who went into the bedroom, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah. And it really is. I do fear if you're in a tech bro world that the girlfriend might not even, if they aren't the direct like person doing it, they might just be like, oh, what's he supposed to do? I could see them being also a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think everybody in this story sucked except for you and your kittens. I'll say it. Actually, the kittens broke some shit.
Yeah. How much fragile shit do you have that kittens are breaking all of it? How did you come home to multiple things broken? Maybe they just blamed it on the kittens.
Maybe
now
the
that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe. You know what? You're onto something.
So this next one is very long. And this is the ghosting friends. Do you want me to just give you a summary?
You got it. Just read the whole thing, Erica. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Nothing wrong.
Do we have a girthy back half? Or is it... Do we have a circle jurdge, first of all?
Yep.
Really?
Hey, do you need...
You have the circle jurdge?
I got one.
Is it long?
No, it can be as long as we want it to be.
I have a short circle jurdge. Go ahead and read this on...
Brother, we've all been talking behind your back about your short
the
circle.
back half of this podcast. On the parasocial hour, actually.
Fuck.
See you after the start of this break.
Bye.
Welcome back. Hey, we're on this side of the podcast where we open up with a circle jurdge.
Circle jurdge. What the hell? It's the circle jurdge.
And we got a real medium length one. I
This
have been
fucking
saying
lied
it's
to
short.
us.
What's that?
This fucker lied to us.
Yeah, go figure.
Somebody requested this in the Discord.
Turns out it's just.
Josh.
I was gonna say listener submitted tweets.
No. A couple episodes ago, I don't remember exactly when. I don't know if we were asked, but it's something like our favorite jokes. And I said, I have a favorite joke. It's long, but I love it. And I couldn't remember it. Somebody requested to hear the jokes. Are you ready for the joke?
Have you ever heard this joke?
I think so.
I do love it.
So here we go. 3 dudes were walking in the woods and they stumble across a genie's lamp. And they rub it, and a genie pops out and says, "Oh, I've been trapped for 1,000 years. Thank you so much. I will now grant each of you 3 wishes, but be careful and think about what you want to wish for because you only get 3."
Okay, each individual gets 3.
The first guy says, "Okay, well, the first wish, I want $1 billion." And so the genie says, "It is done." And he waves his hand. And the guy pulls out his phone, looks at his banking app, and says, "Wow, yeah, look at that. $1 billion right in my banking account." Second guy goes, "Okay, $1 billion's pretty good, but I wish to be the wealthiest man in the world." And he opens up his banking. The genie says, "Yeah, no problem. It is done." Waves his hand. Guy opens up his banking app, looks. He has $1 billion more than Elon Musk has. When this joke was written, it used to be the billion was the big one.
Inflation, yeah.
Frickin' inflation, folks. $500 bajillion in his bank account.
Sure.
Okay.
And the guy's like, "Sick. Yeah, that's awesome." Third guy stops. He's thinking for a second. And he goes, "I want my left arm to be stuck moving in an anti-clockwise way like this for the rest of my life, forever and ever." And the genie says, "Okay, it is done." And he waves his hand and the guy's arm starts moving like this in an anti-clockwise way.
Counterclockwise for you American folks.
This is a British joke. Goes back to the first guy. Okay, second wish. He's got all of the money that he'll need in the world. You know, $1 billion is a lot. And he says, "I want to have the most beautiful wife in the world." And the genie says, "It is done." And a woman appears. She's madly in love with him. She's just 10 out of 10, everything you would want in a girl. And she's hanging on him like on his shoulder. He's like, "Okay, sick, perfect." Second guy says, "That's pretty good, but I can do better. I wish that every single woman in the world was attracted to me no matter what." And the genie says, "All right, it is done."
That's
And
a bad wish.
the first, the wife from the first wish looks over and sort of like gives him an up down. So he's like, "Okay, I know that the wish worked," right? Third guy is thinking about it for a second. And he says, "I wish that this arm would go counterclockwise in a circle forever and ever for the rest of my life, and I can never stop."
So they're both going the same direction?
And the genie says, "It is done," waves his hand, and the dude's just sitting there with his arms going in a counterclockwise direction like this.
Okay.
Last wish. Genie says, "Guys, this is your third and final wish. You can't wish for more wishes. Really, really think about what you want." So the first guy says, "All right, I got all this money. I have a beautiful wife. I wish that I will never be sick. I will never have any health issues for the rest of my life as long as I live." Genie waves his hand and says, "It is done." And you see like his hair gets like a little bit nicer. His acne starts to go away. The dude looks like pristine. So he knows he's going to be good. Second guy says, "I mean, that's pretty good, but I can do you one better. I wish that I am 29 years old for the rest of my life and I won't ever die. I'll just stay 29 forever."
Forever young.
Genie says, "It is done." Waves his hand. Again, the guy de-ages a couple of years. You can see he's got that youthful glow, and he just looks like the pinnacle of health.
I love that it's a youthful glow at 29.
Well, 29 is the new 18.
That's
We've all said that.
prime. That's when you're hitting
Sure.
your prime. And then 30, you're like, "Ooh, everything hurts."
Cuts back to the third guy. He's standing there. "I wish that my head was nodding up and down forever and ever for the rest of my life, and I can never stop." Genie says, "All right, it is done." Waves his hand, and his head starts doing this. Genie poofs away. All these men, they go out their separate ways, meet up at a bar 10 years later. First guy's standing there. He still has his beautiful wife. he looks like the pinnacle of health. Doesn't even have like a scrape or anything like that. No acne. Looks like he's doing the best he's ever been. He says, yeah, I've taken that $1 billion. I've been able to invest it. I've started a bunch of businesses, and we want for nothing. We're the happiest couple in the world. Second guy's standing there. He's got 2 women on his shoulders. He still looks 29, has not aged a single day in his life. And he says, yeah, I've taken that money. I've funded thousands of charities. I've given away all this wealth, and I have more than I even know what to do with.
Oh, it's trickling down. It does trickle down.
And I could not be happier. And the third guy's standing there, and he says, guys, I think I fucked up. And that's the joke, folks.
I hated it. I hated it.
And that's my favorite joke of all time. I did have to look it up because I forgot exactly the flow of the joke. And there was a very similar joke about a guy who walks into a bar and he's got all these women on him. Everybody walks in and knows his name and they all love him, but he has an orange for a head. And the punchline is the same: as he came across a lamp, wished for women to always be in love with him, wished for as much money as he could ever want. And his last wish was to have an orange for a head. And that's the joke.
It's funny.
It's funny because you wouldn't expect it.
Orange, you glad?
Aren't you glad he didn't wish for a head, orange on his head? Hey, after this, that was a short circle, Judge. Were you judged around this circle? Did you think that joke was funny? Leave a comment below. Maybe put a few trending keywords in there. Chapel Roan, Ariana Grande, SNL 50th. Who knows? Who knows what happens? Maybe we boost the algorithm by putting trending, silly little things in there. Maybe a little bit of Love is Blind. Maybe a little bit of White Lotus.
Talk about White Lotus down there. What
and
else?
let me know if you like that joke. And after the circle, did you listener submitted sound? judgiespot@gmail.com. Put listener submitted sound in the title. Erica didn't like that joke.
Not
She feels
particularly.
betrayed. You
Felt
laughed
like a
at it, though.
Waste of time.
Well, that's part of the humor.
Yeah, I get it.
Part of the humor.
Listener submitted sound.
Hey, Captain Ricky and the Judgies crew. I make music under the name Don Flamingo, but you can just call me Dofi. I've been listening to you guys for years now, and your podcast got me through multiple house moves, including a move to a different continent and the birth of my first kid.
Hell yeah. Those are some big life moves.
You guys have been the soundtrack to my late nights, plane rides, and hour-long commutes, so thank you all for all you do.
You're welcome.
Not a hot take, but Erica's my favorite Judgie, so I thought I'd make a silly little goofy remix to the most banging podcast intro theme of all time and sample some of my favorite recent Ricky quotes.
Oh, gosh.
If I'm being honest, it's probably the best piece of music I've ever made, so I hope you like it. 1 for the hugs, 2 for the pisses, and 3 is for Ricky and her 2 bottom bitches. Love ya. Dofi.
You are God in this instance.
Correct. Did I tell you how to scope up my pee hole? Pee hole. Hey, can I say it?
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
You're
Oh,
happy
no.
that people lost their jobs?
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of
Yeah, you can quote me on that. Shut the fuck up, Josh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Josh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Josh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Josh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Joshua.
Very good, Dofi.
Thank you, Dope.
Yeah.
God
Domingo
damn.
Flamingo. What was it?
Don Flamingo.
Don Flamingo.
I loved it.
And the title of the song was Piss Baby Beats to Study To.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
That was great. I loved every second of it.
My dumbass saw that in the email earlier, and I listened to it, and then I read that it was a podcast intro remix, and I was like, you're not going to tell us what podcast? And then I re-listened to it, and I was like, now I recognize it.
Very good. I like that a lot.
Listener submitted sound always comes before.
Yep. A listener submitted story.
Really, our listener submitted sound is a generous lover because it always comes before the is a selfish lover. Always comes before the listener submitted story. judgiespot@gmail.com.
Well, maybe our listeners are generous lovers, making sure that our listener submitted sound always comes first.
That's right, absolutely. Although we make the decision, so really I'm the generous lover by making sure that our listener submitted sound comes first.
Now, you have to tell me the truth, Josh. Are you a generous lover? That's what I thought.
I mean, I wished for it. I wished upon a genie lamp.
Yeah, I'd wish for it too. I wish. I try my best.
What would be your 3 wishes?
I wish I could be a generous lover.
Okay, that's a waste of a wish. Go on.
You heard it here first, folks. I guess, $1 billion does sound pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I guess maybe both my arms spin in counterclockwise directions while my
Okay.
head bobs up and down.
Hey, Rick, for the sake of the pod, you can call me Dr. Boogan.
Hi, Dr. Boogan.
I'm judging your fake name.
Any relation to Dr. Mantis Taboogan?
The art collector?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm ready to throw my hat in the ring as a Judgies champion. First up, which bold of you to send it to me because I already have a champion. So you're really vying for the boys' attention here.
Okay.
Well, Haley can't have a story every week.
She does, though.
Somehow she does. She does live a life.
Yeah. Also, I coined champion first. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Nobody's arguing with you.
And I'm just saying it.
Okay.
Do you want us to argue with you?
I've minted it. I coined it.
It's TM'd.
Yeah.
Okay. First up, the time I got dumped for shitting my pants.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
So I feel, should we explain the champion situation?
The champion situation.
Yes.
That's where I have a listener that I've deemed my champion who sends in stories to battle against Erica's listener who sends in stories. Your listener is Haley
My listener is Haley, and she's been sending in stories
for years.
for so
plus,
long,
right?
and it's always just the most wild shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you have how many lives are you living here, Haley?
Yeah.
It's insane. And then she always sends me updates, and
Yeah.
so I usually read those over on the bonus episode, and then
Yikes had to be main feed. The Yikes story.
it might have been.
The sister's boyfriend named Yikes.
Yeah.
And mine's AJR, and Christian's the people's champion.
The people's champion.
That's right.
So yeah, if you think that you have potential to be one of their champions,
Maybe we have a main feed champ.
maybe we'll have a main feed champ. We'll see.
Maybe
we'll see
we
what
each-
Dr. Boogan has up their sleeve.
We each have a main feed champ, and we have a post feed champ.
Okay.
Or you can go check out our Patreon if you haven't already and see what that's up.
Thank you.
So what's up over there? When I was 30 female, when I, 30 female, was 18, I was dating this guy who had been in the hospital. I helped take care of him for about a month while he was in there, feeding him, holding his piss jug, washing the excess stagnant human smell off him. When he was released, he was told to take warm baths and to try to relax for at least an hour a day. So the second day he was home, he woke up and went straight to the bathroom with his laptop. I got up a few minutes later and I had to poop, a serious poop. Hold in the farts if you know what's good for you kind of poop.
Yep.
I clenched up and tried to wait it out, but it was a bubbler. My stomach was starting to hurt. I could hear it getting angrier. I couldn't, still can't for real, imagine pooping with a guy just a couple feet away from me in the bathtub, no matter how close we had gotten in that time. Turns out, though, not that close, but that's another story. I lived about what?
He got in the bath with his laptop?
Apparently.
Hey, have some screen off time, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going for me.
And yeah,
That's bad.
Josh is working with 3 screens at a time.
If I'm really. If I'm judging you for having a screen on you,
Bath time does seem like maybe a little relaxation.
that feels like going to the woods with an iPod. It's like, how about you take in the frickin' sounds of nature? You know what I mean? Disagree?
I was just imagining you listening to like nature sounds
On your
on your
iPad
iPad.
instead of the actual nature
Well,
sounds.
sometimes you go out in nature and it's like, oh, this isn't the ambiance I was looking for. I can hear the fucking highway. I want crickets in the field.
I lived about 7 minutes away by car, but I had walked to his house the night before. I decided the best course of action was to call my mom. I called her and frantically told her the situation. She said, what?
Mommy, I'm about to shit myself. What should I do?
Pretty much.
Why would you
I mean,
call-
she's 18 years old at this point.
Why
Like,
would you call your mom? What's she gonna do? Teleport you?
she's gonna
Pick me
come
up?
get you. What do you mean?
Mom,
I
pick
guess.
me up. I have to shit. It's crazy.
I get it. I get you're in desperation. It's desperate times. We're not thinking clearly.
I called her frantically, told her the situation. She said she'd be there as soon as she could. So I went outside to wait for her. At this point, I'm full clenched, pacing the sidewalk in front of his house. Probably a bad move, but I was sure if I stopped moving, I would explode. It was the middle of summer in Philadelphia. I was hot as hell and full of poop, so the sweat was pouring. I called her again. She didn't answer. I look around, and there was a construction crew down the block watching me poop pace up and down the walkway. At that point, I was about to cry. I already would have been in tears. I called again. No answer. My pace slowed to a 2-step as I felt it getting closer. A few minutes passed, and I saw her car pull onto the street. Finally. She pulled up. I opened the door, and the final step to the car causes the Poo-nami to unleash right there. At that point, I get in the back on all fours and tell her to floor it.
Like you're in an action movie. Follow that car.
The construction workers are scat calling you now.
Hey, how you make them pants so brown?
Stop.
Damn, girl, I hate to see you go in your pants.
She says, "Did you just..." And Dr. Boogan says, "I told you it was an emergency." She revealed she had been pooping when I called, and she had to finish up. I started
Speak
crying
up.
as she was full on gagging and rolling down all the windows. We finally get back to my house, and I made a beeline for the upstairs bathroom. I clean up a bit, finish my poop, then bag up my soiled pants and undies. Then I open the bathroom window, trash the bag, and immediately jump in the shower.
With your laptop.
I thought you were jumping out the window. Me and the bag both went out the window.
After my shower, I get dressed and walk into the hallway. I can hear my little sister and 2 cousins fighting in my aunt's room. I settle them down and asks, "What's wrong?" One says, "She farted bad and won't admit it." The other one says, "No, you did." "Nuh-uh, it was you." They're all pointing at each other. I'm mortified and simply said, "Well, whoever did it should own up."
Smelt it, dealt it.
And I exit the
Sorry,
room
ladies.
ASAP as they resume arguing over which one of them made my horrendous poop cloud. As for the boyfriend, I had texted him and told him my mom had an emergency and needed me to babysit my cousins and sister. That was the last time I ever saw him.
What?
Later, it would come out that he ghosted me because he thought I cheated on him that day, that I just disappeared. I didn't correct him. I just let him think that. To this day, he thinks I cheated, and the truth is I shit myself.
Wow.
Only me, my mom, and now the Judgies know.
Wow.
What?
You would rather have an ex think that you cheated on him
Then
than know that you shit yourself in front of his house.
As an 18-year-old girl, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. As any 18-year-old, honestly.
Do you ever reach out and correct the story, correct the record as you get older, wiser with age?
No.
You ever just see him on Facebook, friends you should know?
And you're like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I wasn't cheating on you. I just shit my pants, and it really
Yeah.
sucked.
I think I might.
You're going to start doing it?
No, I think I would have reached out.
I think you should just start.
Shitting my pants or cheating on my girlfriend?
Well, not cheating on your current girlfriend.
I guess that's like a hack to cheating. Is you could go out
Is it?
and let me finish the cheating thought.
Okay.
You could go out, cheat to your heart's desire,
Okay.
until your cock's pleasured.
I
That's
hear
what
that.
happens when you cheat, Erica.
I understand that, Joshua, but
Not all
I
the time.
didn't need the words to come out of your mouth.
Sometimes it's just emotional cheating, Josh.
Go out,
True.
cheat to your cock's desire, and then when you're getting rang up from the old ball and chain at home, be like, "I'm sorry, I wasn't cheating. I shit myself," and then you just shit yourself. And then you show up at home with shit pants, and you're like, "You can't ever ask me about it because it was the most embarrassing day of my life." And then you just do that every fort day.
You get rang up by the old ball and chain. You go, "Can you pretend to be my mom and pretend that I shit my pants, please? Please, can you just please pretend to be my mom and shit my pants really bad?"
It's kind of a life hack.
Life hack. Well,
Is it?
Judgy's life hack for you. Go cheat and just pretend you shit your pants and get caught.
That's what is it? There's like is it? It's not just called white hackers and black hackers, right? What's the term?
White hat, black hat.
White is it white hat? That's like black hat hacking.
Yeah,
That's like a black hat life hack.
yeah.
Where it's like you're doing that for evil. Then there's white hat life hacks where you're like, fill up your water at night. That way, when you wake up, you have a nice tall glass of water next to you.
He is right,
Yeah.
and it does hurt to say.
Yeah. I never like to admit when Josh was right.
He's been on such a streak of just being absolutely fucking wrong.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I haven't been wrong this episode,
This episode,
possibly.
I think you weren't wrong last episode either.
No, there's some caveats. People have been nitpicking my nits.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Get off my nits.
Yeah, my nits have been picked thoroughly. I say that I'm not going to be wrong, and someone's like, Josh thinks World War I started in 1917. It's like, I'm fucking sorry. I don't know the exact.
Did it not?
Apparently, it had been in fighting for a couple of years, and Franz Ferdinand was like in 1914 or something.
We're going to get hit with the class like that's. Sorry, our American education system taught us when America joined the wars. Our bad. Jesus Christ. I know it ended in 1918. So that started in 1915 for us then, right? It was a 3-year war. World War II was 4 years for us. That we were in it, the U.S. It was longer than that for the rest of the world.
Erica, what's that second listener submitted story?
Oh, am I reading that one? Okay. Now I have to find it. Hold on.
Well, Erica, just do whatever your little heart desires.
No, it's fine, Josh. I'll do what you ask me to do
Oh my God.
on my episode.
I'm about to shit my pants to get out of this awkward conversation.
That would not help your situation at all.
I just only said that as a natural segue into what I thought was happening.
Okay. August sent me, girl, I got some crazy tea last summer and I've been waiting to tell you and just figured out how to word it all. If you want to hear about how my mom's was super messy 28 years ago, please let me know. Obviously, I let her know.
Before we get too far into it, I feel like of people named after months of the year,
This is their stage name
fair.
or their fake name,
Does
whatever
it-
you want to say.
Is anybody named? Like, I feel like almost all the months up till September are real plausible names, but then you get past September and it's like, anybody naming their daughter November or December?
Yeah, she either goes by Ember or Novi.
Huh.
We did just have this conversation
We did.
not that long ago.
Whoa.
The
got-
nickname
we
for
got-
October is Toby.
We got onto there from January Jones.
Huh.
It's a whole
Nobody's
thing.
really named them February either, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's because it's hard to
We
spell.
call him Rue because it's February.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Did I fall on my head? I don't remember this conversation at all.
There's a whole January Jones conversation that was
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
That's why we've been making Mad Men jokes.
Oh, I remember the Mad Men. bit now. Okay.
Hey, and what's important is it was a really good interruption.
Yep.
Thank you.
As it goes on my episode.
It was a good one. It was funny. The listeners, please back me up on this one. Please.
Type it, if you thought that was funny, type in the comments Mr. Beast Hunger Games. What other trending things? 6 more weeks of winter.
Feastables.
Trump.
Don't type that one in.
Miss you, Biden.
Okay.
These are just trending topics.
Okay. Can I read the story from August now?
Yeah.
It's your episode.
Fight him.
I'll shit my pants if you try to fight me. And then you'll look like an asshole who's beating up a guy who shit his pants.
So the story I always heard about how my parents met was that my grandpa and dad moved to Texas from Michigan. And my grandpa was the manager of a company and my dad and basically my whole family worked at that company.
Nepo.
Back in Michigan, my mom's friend Mike told my mom he was looking for a new start and was going to stay with his friend and work for his friend's dad until he could afford a place and to bring his wife and kids down. My mom had 2 college-age kids and 1 teenager, got fired from her job, her church closed, her divorce was finalized after years, and she was just lost. So Mike asked my mom to start over in Texas. My mom showed up on my dad's doorstep and started working for my grandpa alongside my dad. After a couple months, Mike decided he wasn't making money fast enough and wanted to be with his family and move back to Michigan. So my mom asked my dad what she was supposed to do because she didn't really have anything but a job in Texas and was still just lost. My dad said, marry me and we'll figure it out.
Romantic.
They got married within a month and were still together, 2 kids and 28 years later. Well, summer of 2023, I brought my then boyfriend, now husband, to meet my parents. My mom wanted to take us to the coast, something they did for my brother and his wife while they were dating, and it actually meant a ton that they did the same for me. By the time we got down there, she was too nauseous for dinner, so she asked my dad to take my boyfriend and I to dinner and bring her back something for her to eat after she napped. Well, my dad had apparently stopped drinking, but decided to have a couple beers at dinner and share the real story. Apparently, my mom and Mike were dating. Mike was about to leave his wife until my mom started cheating on him with my dad.
Oopsies.
Then my mom came up pregnant, told both guys, and Mike straight up said nope, went back to Michigan and to his wife. My dad told mom to marry him and he'd take care of us regardless. I didn't straight up ask because I was dumbfounded, but that's how I found out that my dad may not be my dad in the middle of a Mexican restaurant in Galveston. My dad's an incredible man, and I love and respect him so much before and after hearing this. I wanted to find out if my dad's my biological father because his parents have health issues that are genetic. So I found a place that does sibling blood tests and will tell me and my brother if we're full or half siblings, so I don't have to ask my dad because I don't think he ever meant to tell me that, and certainly didn't mean to tell my boyfriend he was just meeting.
Well, that's a considerate way of you to do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it comes back he is your dad, you could tell him.
Yep.
And be like, hey, that infidelity didn't mean anything.
That means shit.
Well, the dad was the mistress. So, the mister.
The infidelity meant a lot.
It's still a mistress.
Okay.
Mistress.
Mr. S.
And if your mom would have just shit her pants, you would be with the other guy. She would still be with the other guy.
Huh. No, yeah, that's
So,
probably
thanks,
better
August,
off.
for sending that in.
Good on your mom not shitting her pants. Thanks, August.
Thanks, August.
Only took us 6 months to read it.
No.
I thought you said it's from August.
The person's name is August. I see what you're doing. Now I have to find...
Don't worry, liberals. You can laugh. It's a joke. Comedy's not illegal. Thank you, Musk.
What is up with
I
our
hated
country?
all of that.
What
Hey.
is up with Elon fucking Musk, huh? I genuinely don't know if there are anybody with more than 5 brain cells who still think that Elon Musk is cool. It feels like when like an industry plan, like something trying to be forced on us.
Yeah.
Like I think they're trying to make us think that everybody else thinks that he's cool, and it's like I mean I don't get out a lot, I guess, but do you think there are still people who are like, I love that Elon Musk guy, he's chill, or is it like I just like that he's a fascist?
I think he's cool because he's a fascist.
I dissociated. What are we talking about?
Yeah, next story you're about to read. It's a long one.
Cool. It was sent to me from Julia.
Thanks, Julia.
Styles.
Roberts, actually.
Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting to my fiance after he texted this to me? So I'm going to read you the text messages. For context, me and my fiance have been together for 6 years, and this weekend things blew up. We were quite drunk and a little high, but he told me he thinks he's trans. We had a long conversation about it, and he told me he'd start presenting as a girl. Flash forward a couple hours later, he sends me this. Screenshots of text messages.
So earlier when you said it's not the identity crisis you think it is.
Is that the one you were thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So I was wrong.
Good job, Past Josh.
You did think of it.
You did it. Can we get boy-girl talk?
Sure.
Just that way
Okay.
it's easier to discern from a listener's viewpoint who's talking.
I'm black in this or green?
What do you want to be?
Which one's boy, which one's girl? I don't know.
Boy is in
Well, they're both girl.
black.
True.
fair, yes.
I think mainly it's a sexual thing for me. Or not. Like, I don't think I'm a woman. I want to be one. Just like having booba and thick booty. I think that's hot.
No way.
How long have you thought that?
Just recently, like yesterday, today. I've always had transformation fetishes, etc. But the thought of me doing that is new.
So it's a fetish?
I think so.
Do you actually want to go on hormones or physically change yourself?
Like, I'm really turned on right now from it. If it causes issues between us, then no. I was just kidding. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not me. It's not what I think I am. But if you're okay with it, and I do go through with it, I'm going to go full into it. Like name changes, physical change, etc. And then label myself as a woman. But only if you're okay with it.
So I understand this correctly. You're not trans. This is a fetish thing. But your desire is to go full in, name change, social change, physical change, etc. I'm just trying to make sure I understand that.
I feel like it is. Like it literally started me thinking about how hot it would be if I was your little servant. And then I liked it. So I'm okay with either you're okay. So I'm okay with it. Either you're okay with it, or if you're not okay, it's not something I'll like. He's so bad at texting. Also, the Minecraft is really throwing me off in the background. There's creepers and endermans in the background. So I'm okay with either you're okay with it, or if you're not. It's not something I'll be like, I hate you, this is me kind of deal. But I still want to wear feminine clothes around the house. Maybe I'm just really, really horny. This dude sucks.
No. You have to tell me your honest feelings about how far you want to go. Nothing about me.
I think I'm just really, really horny.
Is this all a fetish then? Please just answer me.
Yes, it is. Like, all the way. Like, go through with hormone therapy, different wardrobe, name, then that's it. I kind of just nutted right now. I'm in the bathroom, LOL. I'm too horny.
What is going on?
Are you being honest that you just recently had these thoughts and you never knew before?
Honest. I think I'm just horny. Like, it all is just because I think it's hot. 100% being honest. After I nutted now, I'm just kind of like, meh. Love?
Question marks.
I had to think it through. Sorry. I'm still Jer Bear. I didn't even know myself. Like, is this something I want? Who am I? Etc. Sorry to give you the full workout, but now I know what I think about it. It's just a fetish thing. I just want to turn into a baddie. Your silence is making me go crazy.
Do we have like timestamps between these texts?
No. I got to go back to work in a few minutes.
He was in the bathroom at work nutting to a trans fetish?
Really, really horny.
I've been having a mental breakdown all day, and it's a fetish and you're not trans.
Sorry, I don't know myself either. I've been thinking about it all day too.
I'm silent because I've been losing it literally all day. I've been trying to see myself with you as a trans girl and looking into my sexuality and everything, trying to think about having kids with you.
I was too. I'm not doing this to pull your chain.
And now you're not trans. There's no real change you're going to make, and it's just a fetish. Are you making any actual changes, or is this just a fetish? And that's where the texts stop.
Oh, there's one more.
No, there's not. Oh, sorry.
If you say you're okay with it, then yes. If not, then no, because it's a fetish.
You want to completely transition into a woman for a fetish.
Yes, I'm laughing about it too.
I'm not laughing, to be honest.
But if I do transition, it'll like be me. Oh, are you breaking up with me? I have to go to work.
What?
I'm shell-shocked.
Jerry Bear, you're crazy.
What an insane conversation to have on text messages.
Yeah. Also,
is there more? Like, did she write more?
she just says that by the end of this text thread, I started to have a panic attack because he wasn't the person I agreed to marry anymore. After a long conversation with him, I realized he doesn't even know what being trans means and literally didn't even know what he was saying. I'm still freaking out, but am I overreacting? Top comment says he hit a post-nut clarity at work. LMAO.
He didn't have a post-nut clarity though. He was just he
He's
nutted
still
and
confused.
he's like, well, I guess I only want to be trans if you want me to be trans, right? I don't get it.
I mean, as of this moment, the 3 people on this couch all identify as cis.
Yeah.
Would that be a correct assessment?
Yes.
Erica?
What?
Do you identify as cis?
Correct.
Gender? So we're not necessarily the most qualified people to talk about this, but I will say I do know that like trans fetishization is a massive issue.
Yeah.
And it kind of loops back around to like before where it's like a lot of transphobic people are transphobic because they don't know how to deal with the idea that they're really into trans people.
Yeah.
So I know that's a very big issue, but this guy could actually be questioning his gender orientation and like maybe he needs to learn more about like gender fluidity, gender being just gender fluid in general, you know. Obviously there's a whole spectrum, but already this person is an asshole for being so flippant with your fiance over text message, busting at work under any regard is fucking insane and unsanitary and gross. And if you open up any serious conversation and you mention booba, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean it would be cool if you had booba?
Is booba like, isn't that just a typo for boobs? Or is it like a
It's
whole
like
thing?
it's like
meme.
online slang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like booba. It means boobs.
For sure.
But if you're genuinely questioning your identity and you need to have that's a serious conversation to every partner.
Yes.
You can't be like, might have Bob and Vagine tomorrow. Thoughts? Like that's crazy. But
I won't do it if you don't want me to. What?
Like that's not a respectful conversation.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
not.
He's really, really horny. I love that he just drops the. Sorry, I'm just really, really horny. Like 4 times in there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about like the trans fetishization here, and like, yeah, I mean, if the person is trans, that's a whole other conversation. And
Absolutely.
the way that he's doing the trans fetishization on top of like, just like torturing your fiance at this point.
Yeah. And that was one of the comments that I read was like, he's getting off on your shell shock here. Like that's.
Yeah. It feels like there's something more nefarious at play. And like it goes on to the like a fetish and a kink and everything, it needs to have consent in both parties. And it feels like you were not consenting to having this thing. And he literally said, me having this conversation with you made me nut.
Yeah.
And you were like not understanding that that's what was going on.
Yeah.
The dude was freaking J&O at work while he was texting his fiance about it. Like, that's wild to me.
Yep.
I mean, how many times you got to shit your pants to get out of this one?
Well, that's exactly. I was like,
Mom, help me.
we've figured out both ends. You just gotta drop stuff on your partner, and then if like they're not into it, it's like I'm really sorry. I was just really, really horny. And if that doesn't work, then shit yourself.
Shit yourself. If the horny card doesn't work.
If a really, really horny doesn't play out for you.
Actually, I was lying. I'm not really horny. I just shit myself, and I thought that was a good cover.
Interesting.
And if that doesn't work,
there is something in my pants.
Okay.
You tell me if it's cum or poop.
which one is better for me?
I'm
Could
joking.
be both if you wanted it to. If you don't want it to, it's neither.
Is this a fetish? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just really, really horny and I shit my pants.
That's all I got for you.
Oh, God. Hey, that's great, Erica. Hey. Another one in the books. Inching closer and closer to 5 years of judging together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we've been doing it for a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
What, 5.5 years?
I can never remember the exact number. This is 247, I believe, this episode.
Feels right.
And 52 times 5 is 260. So we're only a little over 3 months away of episodes. How about that?
That's crazy.
I just meant that we've been like friends longer.
Yeah.
And we've always been judgmental.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One of us always has, and the other two also always have.
How long we been friends? 2013-ish?
That's what I was doing when I was doing the math. But like Erica and I didn't really talk
2016.
because you were in college. And so it probably wouldn't have been till like 2017.
No, because you guys came and stayed at my apartment in Carbondale, remember?
So
I guess
that's
that's true.
2015.
I guess that's true. Yeah, 2015. How about that?
But we were
10
also
years.
Whoa!
but we were also on that volleyball team together.
Yeah, but like, like
You hated me. That's fair.
I wasn't even invited to play. I'll say it right now.
no, but like we didn't know each other.
Knew of you.
Well, right. But we weren't judging together back then.
Well, you guys are both
No.
fine judges.
Well, we were both judging one of our players for being dog shit. We'll say that.
Yes.
So you know what?
Let's drop the name. 1, 2, 3.
I don't want to mention anybody's personal name on this podcast.
Okay.
Christian.
Hey, Jeff, you're a piece of shit on the volleyball court.
Not that far away. You also a piece of shit off the volleyball court.
It's Josh.
The other one,
Really?
Josh,
kidding.
too.
I'm trying to shit, but I got nothing left in the tank. I've been called out multiple times today before you guys came over.
Anyways, we're going to go talk on the Patreon, so you should head over there too.
And I have all stories about people shitting their
Bonus
pants.
episode.
It was actually an insane coincidence that we kept talking about shitting our pants.
Crazy.
Hey, and if you guys got stories or want to follow us on social media, go follow us at Judgies Pod everywhere you have fucking social media. Send us an email, judgiespod@gmail.com.
And why don't you leave some comments talking about trending topics like, I don't know, Aubrey Plaza tie-dye shirt, Martin Short COVID. I don't know.
Martin
frickin-
Short.
Is that his name?
Has he got COVID? Is he
Yeah,
died from it?
SNL 50 was a super spreader event.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Isn't he dating Meryl Streep now or something?
I don't know.
I wish that was me then. I'm happily married.
You wanna date Meryl Streep?
We could bring her in. You don't want Meryl Streep?
I didn't say that. I was asking if you. Okay.
I would date Meryl Streep.
All right.
In a different universe where I shat my pants and you broke up with me, instead of me telling you that I shat my pants, I'd be with Meryl Streep.
Okay.
The judges love you. Bye. Where's the doghouse button? Fuck.